Just check it out for yourself. Follow me.
What's going on, everybody? Happy Thursday. I hope everybody's had a good week. My week has been a little hectic. Got a lot going on, of course, with this Saturday being the Bearding Without Borders competition. Trying to get everything together. And just once again, guys, that will be in Harrodsburg, Kentucky, starting at 2 o'clock for registration. Competition will start moving around 3:30. Hopefully the rain holds out. What's up, Mike? So we're going to go ahead and we'll get that rolling in. Got some really cool trophies. If you guys haven't been over to the event page, I did post up a picture of the final for the trophies as well as the best in show. So I'm really excited. Just trying to get things done at the last minute. If anybody knows a good photographer, I'm on the hunt. Just putting that out there. That can be here this weekend. Or if somebody's already planning to come, that's a pretty decent photographer. Bring your camera. Could use the help. So, but tonight is all about another competition that's going to be going 2 weeks from this Saturday out in West Virginia called the Appalachian Beardfest Part 2. We've been talking about this for months. It is an FHL comp, and I have brought on one of the event organizers, Mr. Chris Hall, to come in and talk to us about it and tell us about some of the great things that he's got going on. So, without further ado, Mr. Hall, how are you?
Good afternoon, everyone. How are we? Good week, huh?
Another day.
Closer to Friday.
Amen to that.
Closer to Friday.
So,
I do thank you for having us on and having me on and talking about the comp. I thank you so much. Do appreciate
definitely, I appreciate what you guys have done. You guys have been putting in the work. Been planning this for almost a year, and it's nice to see that we're less than 20 days out. And
oh no, sir, we're 15 days out.
Oh, excuse me, we're 15 days out. Whew, man,
we're counting the minutes.
Creeping up.
Counting the minutes.
Oh man, so it's what's it feel like right now? Like,
very nervous. Of course, it's just like any other show. You want everything to be perfect, and you try to strive for it to happen, and you get knocked down, but you pick it up and keep going. So,
yeah,
that's all we can do.
I used to hear this, doing the show and stuff like that. I'd hear, talking about like, anxiety levels rising as soon as the closer you get to competition. And I couldn't relate to that until this past week. And it is definitely enough to raise your blood pressure. That is for sure. So.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, like I said, we've been literally planning it since the day after our last year on June 4th. So we put a lot of planning into this, and it's all working out great. So,
man, that's exciting. I know that you guys have had your own little hiccups here and there. Just like with anything that you plan out this long and push these dates, like, there's always going to be something that kind of slips through the cracks or goes awry. And well, I've been fortunate enough to talk to you about most of that, off the air, of course, but I'm glad to see you guys bouncing back. And like you said, 15 days out. So
15 days out, and got a lot to talk about. Appalachian Beardfest 2, presented by Mad Viking.
That's a big deal.
Attached to the Facial Hair Club, which is another big deal. So, it's to me it is.
No, that is honestly seeing Mad Viking, come in and sponsor a comp, presenting sponsor is a big deal. They don't do it very often, so yes, they took an interest in what you guys were doing, and I'm definitely excited for that.
Jason and Jason are the best.
They are definitely great people. They definitely do a lot of work behind the scenes that people don't get to hear about most of the time. So I'm excited for that. FHL, another huge win. How did that work out?
Well, sir, from everything that it's been directed towards me, they actually, you know, we approached them, they approached us, and they absolutely loved what we did last year and wanted to be a part of it again this year. So we thank, Facial Hair Club to reach out to us and want to be a part of us. So
I am I'm definitely intrigued because I'm actually thinking about if I do this again next year, going with FHL, going with the FHL app to set up for the competition because I like the way it streamlines.
yes,
If
sir.
for the ones that have never used the FHL app, it's very straightforward. The categories are listed, and what's even cooler about it is even after the competition, if you're curious, because I know that like if you don't place in the top three, you don't typically get recognized, but on the FHL app, it'll tell you where you placed.
Yes, sir.
You know,
And
and that's something I really like.
we'll have the connection set up and everything so everybody can play along. Anybody
Yeah.
that wants to jump on it.
So that's going to be really cool. So
Yes,
go
sir.
ahead and tell us a little more details about what else you
Well,
got going on this weekend.
just to
Or
give you
this
an idea,
week,
last year we had a good turnout, but this year the venue's been sold out for over a month and a half. So we have it's ridiculous how it's exploded, and I thank so many people for the support, and we're gonna make it happen. So, but registration. Well, let me start off with Friday night. Right now, we're closing up some loose ends on that. We are going to have instead of a meet and greet, we're calling it Meet the Host. We've been through enough this year, so come join us and have a few drinks and play some cornhole. And we might have an announcement coming out. We might not saying we are, but we might have a little competition going on Friday night. But we have to get in touch with the right people, and they have to okay it. And we're in the process doing that right now. But it could be very interesting for those that even don't even have a beard. They might jump in and make them one. That's about as far as I'm going to go with it.
I like
So,
where this is headed then.
yeah,
So.
yeah. But on Saturday, registration's from 2 to 4, and competition's going to start at 5. Registration is $20 for the first and $5 for every additional category after that. So that's kind of the setup there. Vendor setups, anybody that's looking to be a vendor, we're going to start those around 11, 12 o'clock and go from there. There are going to be a lot of vendors. So let's see. The registration is $20, $5. We're also going to be selling our T-shirts and patches at the registration table. There'll be another table as you enter the lobby. So registration
Okay, so that's
set
going to be
up
up the front then.
very front. You're not going to have to go to the back deck and cross through a bunch of people to find out. As soon as you walk through the entrance of the venue, we're going to be right there at the door.
So you were doing pre-orders for the T-shirts. I'm guessing that you guys did get the T-shirts in.
Yes, sir.
So
yes, sir.
let's flash the picture up here of the T-shirts and just take a look. Let me see if I can hunt it down here. Let's see if we can get in here and pull up the shirts. Might not have got loaded. Been one of those days. Nothing wants to work. So
Andrew,
my white shadow. But we got some, like you guys got the T-shirts. If you guys have not, there it is.
there we go.
Find it? Of course you did. So patch and pre-order, the shirt and patch pre-order. The shirts are definitely different. It's got that light blue to it. Most people go with the black, but I really kind of dig the light blue.
Well, our plan was to each year change the background of the patch and the shirt. So that's kind of what we have planned to see where we go from there. What I like about the shirt is the emblems on the bottom of the shirt, so you don't have to have a long beard and try to see under it. It's for our long bearded people also.
Smart move, actually. That's not a lot of people think about that.
Well, I do, because every shirt I've got, you can't read it. I'm like, don't buy me a T-shirt unless it's on the back.
I'm getting there. Like, you can still read a little bit of the letters here, but
it's like you matter. You got to move the beard aside. So throw some prompts up to the clicking beer too.
So are those prices are going to be reflective at the table as well then?
That is the pre-sale, and those prices
Rose up on us.
to $5, so increased $5.
You froze up on us, Chris.
I'm sorry. Yeah, they're going to be available at the comp, but they will be at a different price. I think it's, the patch will be $10, and the t-shirts will be an additional additional $5 for the shirt. So pre-order wise, this is a way of making sure the stock is sold.
Understandable. So in case you guys don't know, Chris is actually out in West Virginia. So it's actually an amazing thing that he's actually got enough reception that he can be on the show tonight.
I had to wind up the generator a little bit more,
Is that what it was? Is the girlfriend up on the roof right now holding an antenna?
Well, actually, aluminum foil. So.
Oh, aluminum foil. Okay.
Yeah, we're going to do it the Appalachian way.
So, how long have you been in that area? I know that.
Sir, I actually I graduated and left for the military. And that's when I was 18 years old, and I moved back here 5 years ago, working on my 5th year. So, spent a lot of time away. I actually call South Carolina more my home than West Virginia because that's where I stayed. About even now, I guess, but stayed as much in South Carolina as I did in West Virginia.
But you're from the Gent area then?
No, sir. I'm actually from a little old town called Pineville that I live in here now. I grew up here and then moved to the big city of Beckley, which is right outside of Gent. And
where Beckley is.
Yeah, left Beckley when I was 18 in the military, and like I said, just returning back 5 years ago. So trying to adjust back to the one leg shorter than the other. So
for the ones that I will say that Beckley and the Gent area, it's a little bit out there, but the things that you get while you're out there is amazing.
Peace and quiet. Peace and quiet.
That's something you don't typically get in a lot of places. But just the stuff to do around that area on top of that, like we talked, I've mentioned this a couple of times on the show, calling it a destination competition. So if you why don't you tell us a little bit about what's there to do around the area if you're looking for something to kill some time before the competition?
Well, sir, I'm just going to bring up one thing. First and foremost, we want to make sure that Mr. Phil Jones is taken care of here. He's our MC as always. Thank you, Mr. Phil. Yes, and then he has taken on the role of tour guide for us. We're actually putting together a tour of the exhibition coal mine Saturday morning. Mr. Phil is going to be the tour guide since he took it last year, and he knows pretty much what to say and how to say it and when to duck. But you get to go, you get to jump on a train and go underground and actually see what they do as coal miners underground, but in a cleaner version of it. Don't stand up, but you get to go through the coal mine and feel the temperatures and feel what it's like to be underground and think of the massive weight above your head that could cave. No, I'm just playing. But Phil's going to be in charge of all that, and he's got everything set up, and I believe they're going to, it's usually a 3-hour little venture. So we've got it all scheduled up and posted on the comp page. And you'll be back by 1 o'clock. So, you'll have a couple hours before registration even starts. So, but, again, thank you, Mr. Phil, for heading that up for us. They talked to the coal mine, and they are coming up with a group rate for us. Standardly, it's $23 a person. They've come down to $15 a person for the group, which is a killer benefit. Plus, with Phil being a tour guide, and again, don't stand up.
You speak from experience, is what that sounds like.
Don't stand up. That's all I can say. Even if you're a kid, don't stand up.
Yeah. I remember him telling me last year about how much fun he had doing the tour.
Well, he said last year, the beautiful Miss Jones didn't get to go, but she gets to go this time. So then from what I understand, Mr. Mr. Fields going to take on one of our judges and carry them underground with him. So we hope everybody comes back safe. We really do. They have to sign a disclaimer, for Phil not to guarantee their safety. No, I'm just playing.
Make sure they don't stand up.
Just don't stand up.
So since we're talking about MC and judges, why don't you go ahead and run us down the list? We've got some great judges for this competition, and
yes, sir.
I think the final announcement was made earlier today. Was that it's your fifth and final judge?
Fifth and final, yes, sir. And my flow of the judge announcements might not coincide with our post, but I want to start off first with Jason Hall with Mad Viking, one of our judges. And our second judge comes from Big Bend Beardsman. I have trouble with that every time, Travis Drenner. And our third judge will be from the pack, Mr. Ryan Sorrell, Big Country. Yes, and then our fourth judge is Miss Summer Hitler, Jiggy from Mob. And then we also have another Mad Viking who is going to be first-time judging. And we have an honor of having Miss Debbie White, which was Crayon's wife. So we do appreciate her stepping up and stepping into a judge's position for us. And we thank her so much. Thank you so much.
She's been very excited.
Yeah, I hope so. We hope so. And just a little teaser about that. We have some definite interesting judge trophies. So we don't have a picture of those because we're going to keep them quiet for now. But we'll just say they kind of go along with our best in show trophy. So it's going to be a big payoff to be a judge at this competition. So
jealous.
Speaking of, here's our best in show trophy.
You guys have not seen this. This thing is cool as hell.
And those are not crawdad scales. Those are actually snake scales.
That rattlesnake belt.
Yeah. So that's our best in show. Our best in show winner from last year. We'll get to wear that around all day Saturday until they compete for it again at the best in show. And whoever may win it may be able to strap it on and wear it around for another year to come. So we're gonna take it and engrave a plaque, little square gold plate, put it on the belt as we go, and for each year, and each one has to agree to show up and compete again.
I really like that idea.
Yes, sir. Well, just in case they cannot, just to throw it out there, in case you cannot make it back, then you have to relinquish it to the next winner. So
I'm gonna sidetrack here a little bit, and I'm gonna have some fun with you. So I'm excited that you guys did it. I thought that was really cool, but I'm not gonna lie, I cussed you for a good hour when you guys dropped that out there. Yeah. Because when you guys made the announcement, I was looking at championship belts for best in show at the BWB comp.
Right.
And I was like, that jerk.
Well, we also went to the extent of we had Johnny Rodriguez. Again, thank you, Johnny, for everything. He came up with a luchador mask that we were going to go along with the belt, but we couldn't find anyone to build it for us, actually make it. So spoke to several people, reached out there, and couldn't make contact. Maybe that's something for later on that we can look at.
Well,
but it's an awesome little setup. So
I actually have a contact for that. So next time, just let me know.
All right, will do. Also want to throw out there, we have Mr. Dylan Blankenship, who is from Oceana, West Virginia. He's going to come and be our barber on site. He will be there hopefully around 9-10 o'clock in the morning. So anybody that needs some pre-comp trim ups, he'll be there this year. We tried to get him last year, and he had a death in the family and couldn't show up that day. But he just sent me the announcement before the podcast that he will be there. So
some breaking news tonight.
Yes, sir. In case that you need some pre-comp touch-up, then or a haircut, just jump on in there with him. He'll be on site ready for you.
You said Johnny's name too many times, and he pops in.
Hey, Johnny, I just talked about you, damn it. A little bit late.
So I do want to talk about this as the page just brought up here. I want to talk about the belt buckle.
Yes, sir. That is one of our actual raffles. We have The only thing I can tell you is to bring your comp money to this competition. I'm sorry to say it, we have a shit ton of raffles. So, and I mean some high end raffles, nothing that's real cheap. So, as you
So
see,
that turned out gorgeous.
it sure did. It sure did. And what's amazing about it is once Chris picks it up, you'll see the size of it. It covers your whole hand. I mean, it's huge.
I'm surprised Fabs didn't try to come out after this thing now.
Got a little bit of green encrusted there for the background and thoughts of West Virginia and the green trees. So yeah, we have that. And
so I got to ask, was that an inspiration from the chicken breads?
sir, I believe it's you'll look at this comp and see we put together just about anything we could think of from everybody's comp that we could think of. So. Thank you, Mr. and Miss Cleek and Beard, for throwing it out there. But yeah, we stole a lot of ideas. I'll be blunt about it, but you know what? We made it happen. So come get it.
Here's a better look at the front of the belt, and I'm gonna need you to tell me where you guys went through to get the Best in Show belt, because like I still love that.
Thanks to Mr. Parent. You would have to talk to Mr. Parent, his magical fingers that knows everyone out there. So this I have to put off on Chris Parent and his awesome work to find this for us. So it is a Texas size belt buckle.
It is. And it's a very good thing. Like, honestly, that's one of the things that really stood out to me about You Matter, and I loved it, was the belt buckles for the first place winners. So I think that's a brilliant idea. You guys are going with the raffle item instead. I think that's really cool. You know.
Yes, sir.
I'm excited to see that thing in person. So
yes, sir. Touch it, feel it, and jump on it. I don't think I've got a belt big enough to hold it. My stomach won't hold that thing in.
Right.
Thanks a lot.
There you go.
Andrew.
Johnny Rodriguez.
Chris Parent has magic fingers because he can make things happen. By God, he knows everybody. I swear to you.
So getting into some of the trophies, first, second, and third place.
We have first, second, third places. We have 15 categories, not to include the best show, which you just showed that, which that'd be actually the 16th category. But we do have wrong picture.
So going into the trophies, it looks like you guys kind of did. You know, I don't know, because I know that they're being finalized. They're being finished up this weekend. And I'm not gonna. We've got a few snippets of what they look like. I don't know if you want to show those or not.
Yes, absolutely. Go right ahead. We're going. This is breaking news on Bearding Without Borders podcast.
Yes, sir. Let's see. See if Andrew can find the picture. I may not have loaded, but so the trophies look good. The artwork looks really good on them.
Yes, sir. Our trophies are coming from Mr. Monkey Mementos. He's done a fabulous job on them. He's really got to work and made it happen for us. They'll be in hand no later than Tuesday night. Driving out to Kansas myself to pick them up, myself and my captain, and make sure that they're there and make sure everything is ready to go.
Oh, man. That's a long drive. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. That is dedication
I appreciate that. I tell you, like I said, we've been planning for a year now. Since the day after last comp, we've done nothing but dive into this. So, like I said, the venue site's been sold out. So what can you say? You know, you're looking at close to 80 some rooms. So,
right.
It speaks for itself.
So
FHL speaks for itself.
With that being said, like, based on last year versus this year, last year was a great success. This year,
First time doing it.
You guys are going to go double or nothing, basically.
Yes, sir. Double or nothing. So,
like, looking at the pictures from last year, I was jealous that I didn't get to go because it just looked like a great time. The venue looks fun. I've seen some of the pictures from like Forrest and Amanda doing the hikes through the trails.
Yes.
I'm excited just to get out there and be
able to back up. to back up a little bit about that, you were trying to talk about, the area. You're at the bottom of the ski resort.
Right.
So, you have multiple state parks to go to for hiking. You have the New River Gorge Bridge National Forest, where you can view the bridge, the second largest bridge in the world. They parachute off of it. They bungee jump off of it. It's just an amazing, like a wonder to see, to me. Here's Mr. Andrew.
Miss Cindy with her crown set up. I thought that was the coolest
Yes.
creative of the year, 100%. So
Since we're throwing up some pictures, we have a photographer. His name is, the company's name is Frame of Mind Studios. He is a professional photographer, and he is not going to put a watermark all across the pictures. He's going to put a little, just a little tag in the very tip corner of it, just to, present his pictures. But he has donated all of his time and donated all the pictures. So, to me, that's an amazing fact that someone will step out and do that for you as a professional photographer.
that's a great deal right there.
Parent, you missed out, buddy. Sorry.
No takebacks, Chris. He already called you out on that. So,
Mr. Parent does want to try to put together a whitewater rafting trip. I will not have partake in that. I do not know how to swim, unfortunately. Being in the Air Force and the Army, I still panic in water, and no, that's one of my fears. And he wanted me to throw that out there, that if you want to put together a whitewater rafting tour on Friday, anybody coming in early, please jump on it. Not me. Not me. I'm
so
not
that's why
even.
you went Air Force and Army. You couldn't get anywhere near the water, huh?
Well, I'm not going to stand up in the coal mine either, but
So, how much money did you guys raise last year?
Last year, like I said, our first year coming out was $4,300. So we're looking. We really want to try to push the 10K mark this year to show that we can do it. That's our goal. So
I think based on everything that you guys have going, all the raffles, the competition itself, I can see that being attained, 100%.
Yes, sir. That's your. Personally, that's my goal. I'll be happy with anything we can do for our charities. So
as long as we're getting out here and doing good shit.
Doing good shit, exactly. Doing good, period. Not doing. Doing good, period. I want to throw out a few of the vendors real quick. We do have Coalfield Cannabis coming back. They were there last year for any needs in that way. We have West Virginia Prints, who is all things West Virginia, T-shirts. Not just West Virginia, but a lot of West Virginia items if anybody's looking for things to purchase in a West Virginia tone. We have, of course, Mad Viking being a sponsor. And then we also have Mean Mug Beard Oil that's going to be there. And we also have a new guy on the block. His name is Old Glory Beard Oil. And this gentleman here, you probably have seen him maybe on TikToks, but Stevie Vance is his name. He is starting up his beard oil company, and I have tested. He has 13 different scents right now. I've tested them all, and all of my cabinet and members have tested it, and want to say that it has an awesome stop by his table. He has, like I said, so many different scents and things like that. But we have 3 different beard oil companies there, so you're not going to get beard oiled out. So
I'm actually excited for that. You've been talking to me about this guy for months. I'm definitely interested in looking at his stuff. So
yeah, if you look at his beard, I mean, it's down past his waist. So I mean, he's and I'll just let you know, he does not stop talking. He continues to talk. He's a talker. Good old guy. We also have Battleborn, which is Chris Parent's charity. They're going to have a little table up for us to purchase Battleborn stuff if we need to. And I cannot say this word correctly, but I do want to throw her out there. It's Ron Rice's daughter, and Aisling Shop. I'm not for sure if I pronounced that correctly. Aisling. I don't know how to say it. I'm sure maybe Ron will chirp in and say something, but
I think he went back to mowing. But so she's going to have a table out there too to sell some of her products.
Yes, sir. Her products will be out there, and then we also have Halo coming, which will be doing her their photography paintings and things like that. So we've got several vendors showing up. We might have a couple more. I am speaking with the Hatfield and McCoy Trail riding group hopefully tomorrow. I'm asking them to come out and set up a table to let everybody know of the adventures that we have in West Virginia with the side-by-side riding and all the trails that they offer in this area. We have that, like Myrtle Beach has the beach, we have the side-by-side trails around here. And we'll get her going. There's her exhibition coal mine that Mr. Phil will take you on.
Yeah, I've actually I've been out in that area quite a bit, so I've seen the side-by-side trails, and they always look like fun. I never got a chance to stop, but I always wanted to. See, this is where you're saying, guys, don't stand up.
Don't stand up. Like I said, you'll hit your head. It's big enough to where you don't feel like you're, in a closet, but don't stand up unless you have a hard hat on, and then don't stand up.
Yeah, these going through the coal mines is actually pretty interesting. I've been in a few abandoned ones and black powder mines, and that's to find some of just to kind of see and understand what it's like to work underground like that. It's a whole different world.
Not too many people really realize it until they get down there that the temperature is a little bit different.
Yeah, and
the temperature never changes. It never gets hot, never gets cold. It stays the exact same temperature all the time. So it's pretty interesting.
So we're talking about the comp. We're talking about like different things that we got going on. You also got some exciting news with some live music coming in as well.
Yes, sir. Mr. Matt Hatfield. Yeah, the deck is big, and it's got a big old pond right off the side of it too. Yes, sir. They are coming out to Hatfield McCoy show. Just to bring that up, since you did, Mr. Jeff, Hatfield McCoy's is also donating a raffle basket to us. They're going to give us a couple bottles of Hatfield McCoy moonshine, a couple T-shirts. So we'll have those in the raffle also.
Oh, that's awesome.
So, like I said, yes, sir. We're going to have all kinds of little fun things. So speaking of that, if anybody out there wants to throw in a raffle basket, of course, we're not going to deny it anyway. Just jump on in, let us know. I know several people stated they're bringing it with them. We'll have room for, we have that whole deck that we just spoke about. Mr. Jones said we have a whole deck to run tables around. So we will have plenty of raffles. Last year, I believe we topped out at about 48, 53, somewhere around there. And this year, I have a feeling we're going to double that. So
I got to ask, how did you get Andrew to hold still long enough to take this picture?
If you look real close at his other foot that's hid there, we have him tied down. And
is that what it is?
Yeah, if he'd be nice to take the picture, then we'd let him loose. So that was right after the tranquilizer wore off too. So he's kind of sad looking in that picture.
Fair enough. Andrew, I mean, it's all right, Andrew. We still love you. So I'm excited for you. You got Matt Hatfield coming out to play. That's going to be Saturday night. Yes,
sir. He's going to come on. What we're going to attempt to do is we're going to do everything we can to have everything done by 7 o'clock. And then we're going to be able to put everything together, give everybody a break. And then we're going to try to have him come on around 7:45, 8 o'clock. We're going to do the presentation to the charities beforehand. And then he'll be playing for a couple hours after that for anyone that wants to hang out. But he is, anybody like check him out. He's on YouTube, and also, like I said, West Virginia Radio. He's streaming pretty good on both of them. So
now,
you can play just about anything
up here. But since you want to talk about radio,
yes, sir.
Just so if you guys don't know, they actually got this comp advertised on 3 different radio stations in West Virginia. I'm guessing this is Mr. Hatfield.
Yes, sir.
Well, it's been a few years now since I felt much too long. watching my children grow. I'm doing just fine, keeping my mind on her, ain't a worry about. I'm like a boat in the slaughter, fish out of water every time I leave the wood line. I'm lying low.
But yeah, he's more a lot more on the storyteller countryside. But he can throw out anything you can throw at him. He's that talented.
That's the best kind of country though. Is like that's the reason why I like people like Tyler Childers and the Steel Drivers and whatnot. Is they always tell good. They tell the stories.
Once again, I want to bring up we do have what they call West Virginia radio out here, and it covers 4 different states, and it promotes Appalachian music. So that's kind of what we like to focus on is everything West Virginia, as much as possible. So
I completely respect
or
it.
at least the Appalachia area, should I say? Being the Appalachian Beardfest. But yes, we have it on 3 radio stations. We do have a sound bite that I can send you. We're trying to attract as much local draw as we can. And I've had several people call me up just out of the blue saying, "Hey, I want to show up, support you." So it's it's nice to see non-club people out there that's getting interested in it, and more importantly about a charity. So charities, should I say?
Absolutely.
Speaking of that, I'd like to throw up a little bit about One Voice, who is West Virginia's charity this year. And I apologize, but I'm going to have to read this so I don't really mess it up. But they've been around since 2005, and they're an outreach for addiction, which holds true to a lot of people's hearts. It has affected me in many ways, and I feel for the struggle that's going on out here. Because it just seems like people would rather look at it and ignore it and move on. But we're going to have to stand up as people and help change this. It's all we can do. But in the One Voice outreach, they serve individuals and families who struggle with substance abuse. And yes, I did say families. You have more than just one person, usually, not usually, but a lot of the times there's a lot of mom and dads are addicted, and the children get left behind. So this outreach reaches out and helps those that need that help. They employ individuals who are in recovery to teach them new skill sets and develop leadership skills and grow their development. For example, you see someone walking down the road that has problems, has issues and with the drug, and then you see him trying to work things out and go to work and become a citizen again and get into the stream of work. And that's what this outreach does. They reach out and help them get back into the workforce. So to me, that's a heartfelt cause. They also supply Narcan for a lot of, I don't have the numbers in front of me of how many Narcans they issued out last year. But one thing that touched me about this outreach is all the community schools, which there's probably 8 or 9 schools out here. But they actually, on Fridays, they deliver bag lunches to the schools for the kids to take home, for them to have something to eat through the weekend in case, they're having that tough spot where, just like Nolan Tater says, I hope the electric's on when I get home type thing, But this group reaches out and takes care of more than just, drug abuse victims and things like that. They reach out and help with the kids and make sure they're fed and stuff. So to me, that's it's a little bit heart touching.
It really is. I've seen the effects of that, that lifestyle, mainly from the outside. But the person that's going through the addiction is never the only one affected. It always reaches out to the people around them, their children, their parents, and vice versa.
I think that we could probably say that there's not really no one out there that's not affected, whether brother, sister, cousin, mom, dad, somebody out there has been affected by it. So it touches a lot of hearts.
100% agree. I'm excited to get out here and help raise some money to help with these causes, with Battleborn, with the West Virginia cause. I think I think we can do a lot of good for the community, and it's going to be nice not only just to get together with, you know, friends and loved ones, but to come in and do good things, you know, like we were
Yes, sir.
saying earlier. So
2 awesome charities that need us. So
absolutely. All right. Yep. There you go. Chris Wilson. Can't wait to hug your furry neck.
I want to see him ride the scooter through the parking lot again like last year.
I'm definitely ready for it. Me and Haley will definitely be there.
I'm sorry, did we lose you?
No,
Chris
you're good.
Wilson. Yeah, Chris Wilson's out there riding that mini bike around trying to run the gas out of the tanks. And it fit him to beat
like
it
a
all.
mini bike on him with him.
No,
on
that's
him.
what I said. It fit him perfectly. But just to also jump back about the raffle baskets, just to throw it out there for the ladies, we have a couple baskets, probably several baskets time we're done with it, of high-end makeup. So we have all kinds of things for the ladies. We're going to have things for, of course, us guys. We have, to throw it out there, we have a garage here that's making us up some things to, and I do not have pictures. I do apologize. I'm just going to tease you with them. But the gentleman, I went there to the site to ask him if he'd work with us and try to come up with some trophies. Or not really trophies, but some raffle stuff. And he said, hey, I've got something already made up for you. And he took me in the back. And he took an engine block and stripped it all the way down. And then he took pistons and put on there for table legs. So this is an engine block tape that he's given us to raffle off.
That's cool.
Or auction off, whichever. I'm not sure which way we're going to go with it. But yeah, you put a piece of glass down on top of plexiglass, whichever, and you got an engine table, which would be great for a garage or a smoking area or whatever. Just something to talk about. So
I don't think Haley would let me bring that in the house. I'm not sure.
Well, yeah. If you look at her right.
All right, man.
Happy wife, happy life. So that's about everything I got, guys. I do thank you for your time and allowing me to be a part of this and be a part of the bearding community.
You're a family, you know, and I wanted to help promote this as much as I could. So any final words or any wisdom you want like to impart? Just
want to say that it will 10-minute call. Okay. Yeah, you stopped me on that one. I just want to talk about your comp a little bit and tell you congratulations on your trophies, man. They are some awesome looking trophies, man. They are.
Thank you.
It's really impressive, really impressive. So
I will have to give the credit to Rockhaven Bourbon Bar, that my partner in this, besides Honest Amish, of course. Big shout out to Aaron and Honest Amish for coming together and helping us with this. But Rockhaven came through and we were able to work out the deal with the trophies and get them done. And I think they turned out great. I'm really liking our Best in Show trophy. I'm actually a little sad that I can't compete and get my hands on that one because I just love the way it looks.
Yes, sir.
But I'm really excited. Yeah.
Awesome. They're great looking.
Like I've been nervous and stressing about this thing for the last few months, but I'm glad that it's all coming together. I'm actually excited about getting to the Saturday and
getting through it.
I think
June 3rd, please hurry.
I think I finally understand the anxiety. Like I said, I think I understand the anxiety part now that everybody's talked about when going through that first comp. Just trying to make sure it all goes off without a hitch, and it seems like chaos always reigns. I'm
here to tell you 1 year's worth of planning can change real quick within 15 days of the comp. So I'm just glad. I'm glad it's so close, but it's that way.
But I'm excited just because I love doing events. I love doing not just being a part of events, but organizing. It's always been kind of a little hidden passion or something I've really enjoyed doing over the years. I did it in the vape industry for a lot, and I loved it. And so getting in here and working this side of it and being on this side of it has been stressful, but it's also been kind of fulfilling. And especially knowing that the money that we're going to raise is going to go to Kentucky Lyme disease.
Yes, sir.
It's gratifying. So
I fully understand. Just to touch on that, I've done survey work up until the time I stopped working, and I was bit by a tick and also treated for Lyme disease. So that touches the heart also. So touches more people than you know. It's amazing. Just a little tick can hurt you that bad.
I'm just glad that I found a cause that I want to do as much as I can for it. It's a cause that doesn't get a lot of attention and should.
Yes, sir.
People don't
Absolutely.
realize how much it actually, how much damage it can actually do until
And the
you're
sad
affected
part
by it.
about
It's
it,
hard to read.
sad part about it is, everybody can be affected by it. I would hate to be 12 years old and have to live with a disease that can tear you up as bad as it does.
Exactly. So I'm rather excited to get out here and raise some money for a good cause
Absolutely.
and do what I can to help the community. And I'm excited to see some people that I don't get to see very often. I'm very
Absolutely.
flattered with the people that we've got coming down. I think
Who all do you
that's
have judging?
so. My list of judges. Two of them have been in the comment. Well, actually, three of them, if you really want to get technical. He's just playing the White Shadow right now. So, of course, the one, the only, Mr. Andrew Designs Orton is one of our judges. And
Awesome.
Old Red, Ron
Yeah.
Rice, is one of our judges.
See, do
And
you have a ginger category?
I should have, but I also have Mr. Chris Wilson.
Awesome.
And as my third judge, Daniel Phillips from North Florida Facial Hair is a backup judge in case I needed him. Big shout out to Daniel, and I know he's traveling up here. He should be here later tonight or tomorrow morning, one of the two, him and his brother. And then I am gonna MC, and I really debated on whether I wanted to MC or not, but I figured I might want to do that since it is, my comp.
Jump in there and get your feet wet.
Well, I got lucky. I got to MC in Syracuse back at the beginning of April, so it kind of gave me a little bit of a crash course in it. So
Ready for it now.
Trying to be. But I know that we've got people coming in from Missouri. We've got people from Indiana, Tennessee. I'm pretty sure I got some people coming in from Ohio, of course, different parts of Kentucky. So I'm actually very flattered with the way this has happened. I wasn't expecting to have such a positive turnout. I kind of figured it might be just something, small. I might get 10, 20 people. And so far I'm, anywhere from 30 to 50. So thank you to all that's coming. Thank you to all the people that sponsored categories to help with this competition. We got some pretty cool raffle stuff. Not as cool as a belt buckle or a engine block table. But next year. So
Hey, like I said, just go to all the comps you can and pick all the sparkles up and dust them on yourself. So
right. All right, man. Well, we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up here, brother.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Appreciate you coming in.
I do appreciate your time, and I want to also throw out there thank you to Chris Parent for helping me organize this and get it all put together. And we put one hell of a comp together. So we hope to see everybody out there, and let's go make some money.
Absolutely. All right. Thanks, Chris.
Thanks.
All right, guys. This is going to be the show. I'm going to kind of wrap this up quick. We have, of course, don't forget Bearded Rook for 15% off at bostonscully.com. Dropping out a lot of their summer hats right now, so definitely jump in where you can. Moving right along, don't forget that we do have Death Grip on the table this weekend. It's not a lot, but I'll have at least a little bit out there for you guys to put up on the raffle, as well as some Firehouse wax. Got some pretty cool swag from them as well. So really excited. Competition, of course, this weekend is going to go to the Speedo Walk, all the money raised. And just so I can go ahead and put it out there, if we raise the $5,000 this weekend, at the end of the night will be a special thing with Mr. Kyle Waller doing the one chip challenge. I think Brian Charms Coin, and possibly even myself. We'll see how that plays out. We got to raise that money. If you're looking for a competition, including mine coming up this weekend, go to thebeardcalendar.com so you guys can check it out. There are always competitions going around, and that's the best place to find it. They did all the work so you don't have to. So going into next weekend, which of course this weekend we've got mine, but going into next weekend we have Talking Beards, the club, the competition volume 3, to help out with Josh Drimmer from Derby City Whisker, to help him out and help raise some money to cover that. And they've already been raising money. It's turning out great, guys. Get in there. It's a pre-registration, like we talked with Aaron last week, online only, so you don't even have to get out of your PJs. Just take a good picture, put it on the FHL app, and get going. Of course, that is presented by Honest Amish, just like mine is. So next weekend, May the 27th at 7 p.m. Make sure you get in. And the great part about it is the donation, the comp entry is the donation. So you can drop $5 or $50 or $500, whatever you're comfortable with, as long as you get in there and help. And if you don't want to compete, you can always just go and donate. There's an option for that on the Eventbrite page as well. Going into the weekend after that, of course, Appalachian Beardfest Part 2, as we've been talking with Chris Hall tonight. They have done a lot of great things, as you guys have heard. Gent, West Virginia, they got the T-shirts up there. They're going to have that at the comp. So make sure you guys get in on that. It's going to be a great time. I will see you there, hopefully. Moving into the following weekend will be Bluegrass Beard On, put on by Beard and Loathing in Richmond, Kentucky. June the 10th, the day before my birthday. So come spend the day with us and hang out and help celebrate my birthday a little bit early, because I will definitely be there. It's about 20 minutes from my house, so I know I'm going to show up. Definitely going to be a good time, and we'll have some more details on that. I'm going to see if we can get somebody on the show to talk about that as well. Moving past that, Hoosier Beard Alliance is doing their Bowling Bash charity going on July the 15th or the 14th. Chris, correct me if I'm wrong. That will be in Jasper, Indiana. They are still taking sponsors and setting up for teams. So if you haven't gotten in there yet, make sure you do. Teams of 4, $25 a person. Definitely going to be a good time. You can come up there and see me make a fool of myself, because I'm not that good of a bowler. So if you're looking for a partner and you need a good handicap, I'm your guy. But I'm really excited to come out there and just hang out, have some fun, non-beard comp related, and help raise some money for a good cause. So going past that, we have Bearded Theater from Beard Mob, Indiana. Definitely rather excited about that. We're going to get Ron and possibly even Stash from Bearded Business onto the show to talk about that sometime over the next few months. August the 12th in Columbus, Indiana at the historic Crump Theater. Definitely going to be a good time. I've seen pictures, and if you guys have been on Ron or Beard Mob's page, you'll have seen these pictures from the Crump Theater. Place is absolutely stunning, and come out and have some fun. It's looking good. Going past that, we have on September the 9th, the Music City Moonshine Classic, put on by Beard Mob Tennessee down in Nashville. Went last year in September, had a blast. Such a great turnout, had a great time. And this year, guys, they're doing it even better. They took it up a notch. They've got the raffle going on right now. I think the tickets are still $25. I think they still got some for sale. Go definitely check that out. So much cool stuff coming in. We'll be talking, of course, with Beard Mob Tennessee, Mr. Scott Turner. We'll be talking with him a little further down the road to start really ramping up sometime over the next few months to talk about this competition, and maybe even get some last minute surprises out of him. And there's Andrew's favorite portrait of himself. That's like his high school pictures right there. But definitely rather excited. Don't forget, guys, if you can get out there June the 3rd, it's going to be worth the time. Anyway, guys, I'm going to wrap it up. For the ones that I will see this weekend, thank you for coming. I'm rather excited to get to hug a lot of people's necks and help raise some money for a good cause. It's going to be fun to get out here and do some good shit. So, like always, guys, leave things better than how you found it, and always strive to leave a legacy. Good night.